The question is that the bill be now read a second time. Mr. Saktiandi, Supaat.
Mr. Speaker, sir, our 10 free trade zones or FTZs in Singapore are the lesser known ingredients to our continued economic prosperity. They are governed by the Free Trade Zones Act 1966, which we enacted shortly after our independence in order to facilitate the entrepot trade which we had become known for. Since Singapore's early days as a British colony, its geographical location at the center of major trade routes attracted traders to ship their goods here with the aim of re-exporting it elsewhere. I note that the Free Trade Zones Act has not been substantially amended many times since it was first enacted in 1966. May I ask the Minister to provide further details? Why are we suddenly looking at amending it now rather than doing it much earlier? I note Minister's speech earlier highlighting that it is meant to update and strengthen the FTZ regimes, but if Minister can actually provide further details, why was it not done much earlier? One of the main changes appears to be that the FTZs will no longer be managed by authorities that are answerable to the Minister, but instead by FTZ operators who will be licensed by the Director General of Customs. However, I understand that the same three authorities, Jurong Port, PSA Corporation, and Changi Airport Group, will continue to manage the 10 FTZs as FTZ operators. Is this amendment more of form than substance? Or is it the case that with this change, the Ministry will look to license other FTZ operators? It is also unclear if this seemingly unnecessary change will bring about an increase in regulatory or compliance costs. For example, will the existing operators have to pay more to apply for and maintain their license as FTZ operators? My concern is that they could seek to pass these cost increases on to businesses and companies which operate in the FTZs, which may erode the more business-friendly conditions within these FTZs. More importantly, how do our FTZs measure up in terms of competitiveness against the free zones operated by other major trading countries, especially those in the region? Based on a study by the World Customs Organization, it appears to be getting harder to differentiate between the regulation and operation of the free zones in various countries. What can we do to maintain our advantage as the transshipment hub of choice for traders and shippers? The amended Act will also require FTZ cargo handlers to disclose certain cargo information to the licensed FTZ operator in a prescribed form, manner, and timeline. In turn, the FTZ operator owes duties to disclose the same information to the Director General of Customs in order to facilitate the enforcement of the Act. While I understand that the form and manner of such reporting is to be prescribed in subsidiary legislation, will we be adopting the harmonized digital solutions and data standards which the Maritime and Port Authority, or MPA, has been working with other foreign ports to develop? May I also ask, what is the expected timeline for the enactment of such subsidiary legislation? Have any exercises been undertaken to consult the current industry practice on such data submissions, and have they been completed? When will these reporting obligations be expected to come into force? Finally, I note that the bill introduces new sections 14Q to 14Z, setting out the powers of enforcement of customs officers, among other things. For example, a customs officer may enter an FTZ to monitor compliance with the Act, search the FTZ, detain goods for inspection, require persons to provide information and documents, just to name a few. Does this mean that the customs officers did not have these powers before this? And how then have we ensured that our FTZs are free of money laundering, terrorist financing, or any other illicit activities over the years? Mr. Speaker, sir, notwithstanding the clarification sought, I support the bill. Thank you.